Protectors of the Grid, Chapter 40. They heard a thumping at the front door, followed by a stream of colorful curses. "Ben's back," Charlie grinned. Will walked over and opened the door. Ben nearly fell in. "Here, take these cold ones before I drop them and the pizza as well." "I thought you were going for groceries?" Charlie puzzled. "Got those too, but the pizza stand was right by checkout and it smelled so good. I was too hungry to wait for something to be cooked. The sandwich stuff will work for later, but right now—" He schlepped the rest of the plastic bags over to the kitchen counter and dumped them. "How's it going? Got anything new?" Ben asked, opening the top box and reaching for a slice of sausage and pepperoni pizza. "We're nearly there, I think," Will answered, exchanging a quick glance with Charlie. "We need a break, though. We're pretty fried. Going for a swim. Want to come?" "A swim? You betcha!" Ben's eyes lit up, which made up for the nearly indistinguishable sounds emerging from around the wad of pizza in his mouth. Ben! Don't talk with your mouth full!" Charlie's face twisted in revulsion. Ben chewed a few more times, then swallowed and grinned. "Okay," he responded, completely unrepentant as he bit off a couple more gigantic mouthfuls. Will looked toward the closed door at the other end of the hall. "I'll see if Tara wants to take a dip, too," and he walked off before the other two could comment. Will tapped gently on the bedroom door, but Tara's voice had an odd tone when she answered, so he opened the door quickly, went in, and closed it behind him. One glance at Tara had him on alert. Her eyes were wide and anxious, with the confused look of someone just waking up. "Did you have a good nap?" "I don't know. I had a dream." She was panting a little as though she'd been running. Will sat on the edge of the bed beside her and pulled her close, rubbing her back to loosen the tightness there. "Will, this dream, I don't know what to make of it. Tell me. I was flying." She smiled, remembering how good that part felt. "I wasn't me, but some kind of large bird. A condor, maybe. Yes, I was a condor. I could see forever, and I could feel the wind in my face and the feathers of my wings fluttering. The light was spectacular. It was crystalline, transparent, and shot through with silver and gold all at the same time. And the light was in a tight geometric pattern right there below me. Hexagonal. Yes, 6-sided, like the cells in a beehive. It looked like a string of fat tube lights hanging about midway through the atmosphere. I got glimpses of stories moving in the flow of it, though they moved so fast I couldn't tell what they were about." She reached out for his hand and held it tight. "But then there were these things flying at me, trying to knock me out of the sky." She shuddered and clutched his hand. "When I saw them from below, they looked like giant dark spears of energy, but when they got closer, they had gargoyle heads with rows of teeth. They tried to bite me and grabbed at me with these awful claws. As soon as they started to lose momentum, they spread these huge bat-like wings and began to circle around me. There were so many, and they were diving at me from every direction." She was breathing rapidly again, and her eyes were wide, her pupils mere pinpoints. "It's okay, Tara. It was a dream. I'm here now. You're here with me. It's all right." Tara, the hard-boiled detective, looked at him uncertainly, her lower lip trembling. "It was a message, Will. I'm sure of it. It was a warning and a damned scary one." "I'm not going to try to talk you out of it. Was there anything else you can remember? If it's too much, don't even try. We can—" She reached up and laid a finger across his lips, silencing him. He waited, watching her lowered eyelids quiver as she reached back into her consciousness. "Yes, I'd almost lost it. You know those armies of clay warriors they found buried in China? The terracotta ones? Yeah, what about them? They were in my dream too, but they were alive. Still terracotta, but animated. Soldiers, horses, chariots, all on the move. They were the ones launching those things at me. They were fierce and absolutely evil. OMG, Will, such darkness, cruelty. It felt like a huge net of death being flung at me. If you hadn't knocked when you did, but I did, and that's how dreams work. Let me think about this a minute." Tara sat up and reached for her notebook computer on the nightstand. "While you're thinking," and her fingers flew on the keyboard as she searched for information on the terracotta army. She grinned. "Gotta love Wikipedia. Listen to what they say about the terracotta warriors. Funerary art depicting the armies of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. buried with the emperor in 210-209 BCE and whose purpose was to protect the emperor in his afterlife, she quoted. More than 8,000 soldiers, 130 chariots with 520 horses and 150 cavalry horses, the majority of which remained buried in the pits nearby Qin Shi Huang's mausoleum. Tara chewed her bottom lip in concentration. Other terracotta non-military figures were found in other pits, including officials, acrobats, strongmen, and musicians. Humph, those were definitely not part of my dream. Then she gasped, "Will, listen to this." Mount Lee was a favored location due to its auspicious geology. It was famed for its jade mines, its northern side was rich in gold, and its southern side rich in beautiful jade. The first emperor, covetous of its fine reputation, therefore chose to be buried there. Minerals. Maybe minerals unknown at that time, as well as gold and jade. Maybe? Will narrowed his eyes, thinking. Yes, that would sweeten the pot. In addition to military surveillance. What did Charlie call the minerals in the minicams and the receivers for the ferry? I wonder if they are found in the same geologic locations. I can't remember what she called that stuff, but my gut tells me we're onto something. Will reached over and smoothed a strand of silky hair out of Tara's eyes. Things are moving awfully fast, Tara. Charlie and I are close to connecting the dots. We just needed a break. We were about to take a swim to clear the cobwebs. A swim? Wow, that sounds refreshing, and so normal. It could help you clear your mind before we tell Ben and Charlie about your dream. Yes, it's still too damn fresh to talk about anymore. Besides, I want to write it down before it fades. She clicked open a new document and started to type. I'll be there in a minute or two. Just let me capture. Her words tapered off as her fingers flew. Will patted her head and rose to go find his swim trunks.